Hello and welcome to Experience Share. It's a Pokemon podcast starring me, Suicune,
Suicune,
aka Tanner Greenring, and I'm
Forget
joined,
where we landed with the pronunciation on that one, but I think it's that.
as always, by my co-host, Fiente.
Entei.
And we are joined for the first time by a new guest, a new friend of the podcast, Ryan
Raikou.
What's up, nerds?
aka Ryan Broderick.
Welcome, Ryan.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Ryan, welcome to the show. You're a fellow podcaster, a fellow content professional, and a fellow Pokemon player.
That's right.
But you were telling us before we started recording that you've never actually played Gen 2 or this remake before.
I went from Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Yellow to nothing until X.
Oh wow.
God.
That's a big jump.
One, I was in college. I didn't feel like buying new systems.
I went through that.
I partied really hard. I was cool. I was popular, so I didn't want to do that.
Yeah. That was my reason.
Yeah,
too.
no, I assume.
Cool.
Yeah. And I also had kind of a traumatic experience with Pokemon Red where I got really far along in the Pokedex as a kid. I got to 100, and then my cousin saved over it and erased everything, and that was the end of it. And so I needed about a decade to recover from that.
And did you ever talk to that cousin again? I wouldn't.
We talk, but it's not the same.
No.
You know.
Ryan, you used to work with us at Major Media Company, and
That's right.
Now you're a free agent. You've got a very funny newsletter that everyone should subscribe to called Garbage Day.
It's great.
Where you go and collect all of the garbage that's happening on the internet.
That's right.
Which is mostly garbage. So it actually must be a pretty easy job.
Yeah.
And explains the stuff you see on Twitter that you don't necessarily want to know about, but you should.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do all the work of consuming content for you.
You've also got your own podcast
That's right.
called The Content Mines,
Where I'm consuming even more content.
which you do also with a former Major Media employee
That's right.
from London town.
It's me and an unfortunately British man, and we talk about what's going on the internet every week.
And you've got a Discord server.
Yeah.
That's the hot new thing.
Yeah.
I happened to time this with that coming out just last week. No, this week.
I did this for you guys.
Okay.
We launched properly this week with Mark Zuckerberg as our first guest.
Uh-huh.
It's called Side Channel, and I was like, we got to do it this week.
Yeah.
So I was like, Mark, look, you got to come on because I'm doing this Pokemon podcast at the end of the week, and I want the buzz to be good for that. So if you come
Synergy,
on,
yeah.
that'd be cool. Yeah.
Right.
Well, thank you for thinking of us when you launched your...
And it's called Side Channel, if we didn't say that.
That's right. Side Channel. Yeah.
your third new media property in the last, year?
I'm building out a cinematic universe of places to shit post on the internet. And you can access Side Channel by subscribing to Garbage Day or paying for the Content Mines Patreon. So no matter how you want to give me money for online content, it will give you access to Side Channel. So that's the dark pact that I'm making with my readers.
We're obviously on Gym 4, and you've had a journey that we don't know much about. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your character and kind of your journey up until Gym 4 so far? First of all, which game are you playing?
So I got Heart Gold, and I need to start my journey outside of the game because I had a very interesting process of getting this game.
Okay.
As I explained to you guys when you invited me on the show, these games are expensive, like hundreds of dollars.
Boy, do we know it.
So I happened to get a good copy of Pokemon Heart Gold on Amazon from a company called Gamer Girls, and they sent me a certificate.
You supporting female entrepreneurs.
That's right. I'm lifting up girl bosses, and they gave me a certificate of authenticity. It was super great, and I opened up the game, and it was full of legendaries. It was completely beat, and it was sick. It was stacked. It clearly had looked like someone had taken stuff out of it, but it still had a lot of good stuff in there. I have Pokemon Home, so I'm like, okay, how do I get the Pokemon from this game to Pokemon Home? It is not easy, and it requires an intermediary game, Pokemon White or Pokemon Black.
Oh, Jesus.
So I was like, I gave myself
Wait, why? Because they were the first one on 3DS?
Yeah. And you need to get a 3DS game
It's
to
like
get Pokebank.
Console by console, right?
No, but it gets worse. So I looked it up and I was like, fuck, Pokemon Black and White are even more expensive. I'll give myself 1 day to think if this is really worth doing. And then I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm going to call all the local video game stores where I am in Massachusetts and see if they have one. And I found First Call, he had it for $100, which is insane for Pokemon Black.
Yeah.
So I went and I got it.
Troubling to hear because that's our next game.
I already have that one, fortunately, finally.
Look, if you guys want to buy a good copy of Pokemon Black, I know a great place to buy one, which is me. But then I opened up Pokemon Black when I bought it, and it's also full of legendaries. And I'm like, oh man,
are they like hacked?
What?
No, they were used. So someone had beat it,
and they just didn't clear it.
They didn't clear it.
It's like a little gift.
So I didn't know this until 2 weeks ago. The trading mechanism for Pokemon Heart Gold to Pokemon Black is only 6 Pokemon at a time, and you have to hit them with a bow and arrow, and if you miss, you don't trade it.
What?
It's a mini game. So the mini game to get Pokemon from Pokemon Heart Gold to Pokemon Black, you put them in bushes and then they pop up like the Duck Hunt dog, and you have to shoot them with a Pokeball bow and arrow, and if you miss, they don't trade. It took me like almost 5 hours to get like 20, maybe 30 Pokemon over from Pokemon Heart Gold to Black, and then I had to download Poke Transfer, which is an app that's used to get Pokemon from Pokemon Black to Pokemon Bank. And then I had to do a trade from Poke Bank to Pokemon Home, but now I finally have them all and I did it.
Wow.
The only downside was that the Mew that was on Pokemon Black was not the Mew that's allowed to go on Pokemon Home, and so I cannot get it off that game.
What does that mean?
So I guess like there's different generations of Mew giveaways, and only one of them is allowed to go onto Pokemon Home, and this Mew does not have the right ID code, so I can't get it into the cloud, and I'm losing my mind because I really want it.
You're so dedicated to this cause, more than any guest we've ever had.
I missed a decade of Pokemon, and then I like awoken it in me again by playing Pokemon Go and then Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, and now like I'm all in.
Yeah,
I'm back.
Are you gonna catch up with Gens 1 through 3 now?
Well, I have Pokemon Heart Gold now, so I'll probably beat that. And then I have Pokemon Black, and I've heard that's like the best one ever.
Really?
Yeah, everyone on the subreddit says it's like the best story of all time.
I remember it very fondly as well. That was when I like jumped back in. I similarly, Ryan had Dark Ages when I was in college. I needed to spend any Pokemon money on Four Locos.
Me too. Okay, that's exactly what I did. I didn't have any money for video games because I was drinking Four Loko. That's what happened.
Okay, yeah, same. I thought so. So I came back in on Black and White.
Okay.
But you should, if you have the DS Lite with the GBA slot or Game Boy Advance, you should definitely do Fire Red or Leaf Green, because that was sick.
Yeah.
I've heard they're great.
Okay, so you got here.
Yeah.
You started a new game.
Now I'm in the game. Yeah, right. So I had never played this game before. My personal play style is that I try to read as little as possible, and I don't want to catch more than one version of the Pokemon unless it's useful to me, and I try to fight through the game without grinding at all. Like I'm like that kind of player.
Okay.
Just bare knuckle Pokemon.
Yeah, I once heard like way back in high school.
And you were not doing Nuzlocke, we should say.
I'm not doing Nuzlocke.
We do not require that.
Okay, good, because I don't think I have it in me. That seems like a lot.
It's a lot.
It's kind of a nightmare. It was a little dicey this week.
I follow Pokemon subreddits, and like once a week there's a guy having like a complete nervous breakdown from a Nuzlocke or like a shiny hunt. The shiny hunters, they're mentally ill. Like those people are unwell, like completely unwell. Like Pokemon Reddit is a really dark place.
Josh and I have kicked around the idea of doing a shiny hunt at some point, and I think it's probably just too unbearable, right?
I just think, yeah, I mean, I do think it is absurd. I've never seen one unless I did when I was a kid and I just didn't recognize it, other than fucking red Gyarados.
Right.
And so that's a little upsetting, but like I don't think I could just feasibly. Pokemon's already taken up substantial amount of time in my life. So to shiny hunt or like complete a Pokédex, I just think is not feasible at this point.
I got in a really dark place over the summer, like most people, and I did start Ditto farming, and I did the time zone hack on Sword and Shield.
Okay.
So you can like change the time and date of your Switch to change the seasons inside of Sword and Shield, and then you can time that with how you Ditto like breed. And I did spend like 13 hours one day just sitting there and riding around on a bicycle, like making eggs hatch. And then at the end of it, I was like, why did I do this? Like, this was not like this. I didn't get anything out of this.
So you're playing Heart Gold.
Oh, right. Sorry. So I'm playing Heart Gold. What's crazy about this game is it feels like this game's big innovation was like, what if LinkedIn exists inside of the game? So like everyone you battle wants to like add you on your cell phone and call you. Yeah. It's maddening. And I'm like,
yeah.
I also did the thing by accident where I accidentally said yes to the mom who wants to take your money.
I did that too. It sucks.
You know you can call her up and tell her to fuck off.
Oh, I thought I had to go all the way back to New York.
No, I thought I had to call her up.
Is that why
you've got her number? Call your mom.
Is that why the calling mechanism is in the game so I don't have to fast travel?
Yeah, that's part of it.
Oh my god.
And so that people can harass you and talk about their rattatas. And
I hate
Joey.
that.
It's always Joey. He always wants to tell me about rattatas.
Yes.
But I think this is not an innovation. There's a lot of innovations in this version compared to the original Gen 2, but like allowing you to just take every single number. There used to be a limit in Gen 2, and you could only have like 10 or 20, and you'd have to clear out the chaff.
Oh my god.
So you could get it down to like the people who were actual trainers. Who would rebattle you or like offer tips on where the hot Pokemon drops were and shit. But like now it's just every single person, and like I don't know what's going on anymore, and I've just got 30 people calling me up all the time.
Yeah.
So is it meant to be a post game? Is that what's supposed to happen? Is like they call you up after the game's over and you can travel and go fight them?
They do it a little bit
before then.
During the game. Yeah.
Okay.
But they also just like, I guess for immersion, will just call you and talk about whatever.
No, it's very clear that like Nintendo or Game Freak at the time was like, oh, you know what teens love? Talking on the cell phone.
Talking on their cell phone.
So let's add a cell phone inside of this game for some reason. So I was going to say, though, I like the mom mechanism.
It's tough during a Nuzlocke.
Oh.
During a normal playthrough, it's probably fine, but I need all that money for potions. And I did the same thing as you. I was just mashing A.
Yeah. I had forgotten about my reflex for Game Boy games, which was just constantly hitting the confirm button. Can you hear it in the mic? It's just that. It's just that for like the whole game. I'm just like, okay. And then I had also forgotten the maddening nature of random battles, which I've evolved past the need for in the later games.
Yeah.
And just the anxiety of walking in the tall grass again is it's a lot. I felt like a little kid again, in not a good way.
It's more aggravating than anything, especially for someone like you who's like doesn't bother grinding, right? Because you just want to get through the route.
Well, I like to explore. So like I like to explore and collect. So like I'm looking for like different Pokemon. I'm like walking around. I want to check stuff out, and then it stops you like every couple of feet, and you can't do anything.
Right.
But you told me to look out for the creepiest people.
Yeah, we have a segment called Trainer Danger.
Okay, that's for later. Okay.
I mean, you can do it whenever. Oh. If you encountered any creeps, we would love to hear about them.
There's like some fire creeps I noticed.
The
Guy fire guys. That's a classic.
I hate those guys.
There's like two kinds of fire guys in this game. One is like they're like clowns. They look like ICP.
Yes, the fire juggalos. Yes.
Yeah, and then the other is like Guy Fieri, and that's the two breeds of fire trainers in this game. So you got through Faulkner, you got through Bugsy, you got through Whitney.
Yes.
Any issues along the way, or was it all pretty smooth sailing?
My starter was Cyndaquil.
Oh, nice.
Oh, good. We have all three.
Complete us.
Oh, really?
That's
okay.
fun.
Yeah, I'm a fire boy in every generation.
Okay.
I'm sorry. The only generation I wasn't a fire boy for was Rowlet. Got to get my boy Rowlet. He's a cute little
Rowlet gang.
I mean, he's just so cool.
Definitely.
I do think what's it called? Smitten? I do think that little fire cat is cute, though.
Litten.
Yeah.
Litten turns into like a full-on like Tony the Tiger furry thing by the end.
Yeah. And if you're invoking it now, that's fine. Just know that like know what you're doing. Know the power of what you're doing.
Me?
By saying the word furry.
Here?
If we need to look into that a little.
All right, it's for affinity check.
Wait. Have you not done this for Litten? Because I mean, it's not Litten.
Well,
we haven't gotten to him yet.
We're skipping ahead because we're not there yet in that generation.
Right.
But I think we all know that Incineroar.
That's it. Incineroar.
I mean, Incineroar can get it.
Welcome, Admin Tanner. Okay.
So, Ryan, I don't know how familiar you are with Tanner's proclivity that he's developed over this show, but he's very into certain Pokemon in a provocative, sometimes troubling way.
Do you know low punny?
The fire.
Go Google low punny.
Well, you know Lola Bunny from Space Jam.
Oh, I know this one. I don't
think
even
about low punny is basically that, but it's a Pokemon.
I had to catch this one in Sword and Shield, and I didn't want it in my party for even like 2 minutes. I wanted this thing in a box and away from me as fast as possible. This is bait. Low punny is bait, and I don't want anything
it's
to do
like
with
a keep it secret, keep it safe, and like Tanner just like steered into it, and now like the low punny like has just consumed.
Now it's like my brand. God, it's always diapers. It's always like page 3.
You come.
Oh, Incineroar in a diaper. I'd check that.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Computer, show me Incineroar in a diaper. Hold on. Oh, you're gonna do it.
Oh wow, Tanner's presenting now.
Oh, we're in. I'm on page 3.
Wait, you scrolled really fast.
Well, I'm going back to page 1.
Okay, because it opened with Incineroar's feet, and I'd love to see that.
Here's what I like.
I would definitely check that out.
There's always inflation.
He's got some
stuff.
nice pads.
Yeah.
So the nice part about Fur Affinity, if you're not logged in, I suspect,
no, we're not all admins,
is that it's mostly rated like
oh my god
PG-13.
Do you see this art by Red Dragon Roar?
Yeah, this is great. Oh man, have you ever just like?
And that's Bowser.
Oh yeah, because Incineroar is in Super Smash.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Bowser.
Incineroar is the bottom, but he's on top, if you know what I mean.
I look at Incineroar and all I can think is like, I want to inflate you. Big feet pick there. You just passed.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me click it.
Oh yeah,
it was like that one's not for you.
Incineroar inflation. Parentheses.
It's always
Pokemon.
inflation. It's always. Let's go. If we get even, I think even on the next page, there's going to be some diapers. There's always diapers.
Is that Sylvester the cat from Looney Tunes?
I like the zoom in of just straight up Incineroar paws.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that I have a wiki feet page?
Oh, wow.
What does that mean? Wiki, it's about your feet?
Well, wiki feet is a page for people's feet, like famous people's feet.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you told me.
And recently I discovered that I've been put up there, which I'm not happy about.
Humble brag.
Where was the foot pic taken?
I posted it. I didn't think straight.
That seems like kind of an amateur mistake.
You should have known better.
I shouldn't have to live under the tyranny of foot fetishists, you know?
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that is a diped up Incineroar.
So, yeah, welcome.
But it's like a flavorful diaper with the Pokeball on there.
He looks unhappy that he's wearing the diaper.
No, I think that's probably part of it.
Okay. So that's a journey down for Affinity Lane. Lots of provocative art about Incineroar, which I'm sure we will visit again when we get to, what one was that? X and Y?
No, Sun and Moon.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, wait, so back to gym leaders.
Yeah.
So Violet City was super easy. Cyndaquil, like, no problem.
Right.
Plus, I got a Pidgey and a Rattata pretty fast. And then, Heart Gold loves Bellsprouts. So, like, I had one of those that was kind of useful.
Yeah.
And then the Bug Gym was super easy, once again, because Cyndaquil, I really didn't have a problem until Goldenrod City, and that took a while. Like, that was not a fun matchup.
Because of Miltank?
No, actually, so Miltank was very, very tough, but unless there's a way to do it that I don't know how to turn off Attract.
Oh, it's...
And Clefairy basically attracted like every single one of my guys.
The Pokemon cannot be attracted to a same sex.
No. It was, what was it,
Canceled.
like 2006?
This is 2010 for this one. It's getting a little dicey.
Yeah.
Probably should have known better at that point.
Like we were all in an office together a year from this
anymore. Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, and this game also. So this is second generation. Basically, this is a remake of second generation.
Remake of second gen. Yeah.
It's interesting because it's clearly trying to figure out how to make things better from the first game, and the thing that it's like trying to fix are like the usefulness of the people in the gym that you fight before the gym leader, but it hasn't like quite figured out that like that sucks and is horrible and I don't want to do puzzles and fight my way through a gym. So this game is still doing it, and Whitney's trainers in her gym are like a pain in the ass, I thought.
Yeah. I also thought like the gym this week in Ecruteak genuinely confused me in a way that it shouldn't have. Like I didn't realize I could walk by the old ladies, so I just kept falling into the pit.
Yeah.
This is a great point. The depth perception in this game, it wants you to understand there's depth perception, but does nothing to tell you that there is.
Right.
Like, the Farfetch'd puzzle took me an hour simply because I couldn't figure out that you could go around.
Right.
I didn't know it was 2 pixels, and I thought it was just 1, and I was like, oh. And because I don't think the game knows like how to show you space correctly.
Yeah, it doesn't ever make it clear that you can like walk behind someone's head, which is my problem with the Ecruteak gym.
Yes.
That got me both in the Ecruteak gym and the burn tower, where it's like, oh, I can just literally go right behind their head. Like they're actually playing with the dimensions in this one finally.
Oh, yeah.
But I also knew from the original Morty's gym in Gen 2 that like, you know, their thing is just the old ladies look ahead and that's where you walk. And they say it at one point in the gym, but it's not true anymore.
Right.
Because it's like, no, there's just literally not a pathway there.
Yeah, I think you're just supposed to navigate around.
Yeah.
The burn tower is also weird. One, because it's a burn tower, right? So like going into it, you're thinking, okay, it's either full of ghosts or it's full of
burn victims,
fire types maybe,
Sure.
But it's not.
Yeah.
It's full of coughings. And that is just, it doesn't make any sense. And then they've got the legendary dog at the bottom.
Dogs. Yeah. But let's not start there. Let's start at the beginning.
Yeah.
This is actually a surprisingly short leg.
I thought there'd be more to it because like then I went to go see the temple, but you can't get in there.
Oh, bell tower.
Yeah. And I thought, okay, maybe there's more to it. So and I didn't want to go any further because I didn't know what's more to it. So if you guys want to look at more hentai or something for a little bit, we can. We got some time to kill.
Maybe after the record's over. Route 36 is the one that's directly east of National Park. Mm-hmm. It's pretty brief. It's just kind of like a throughway, essentially.
Just got some apricorns, a couple of trainers.
Yeah, apricorns, a couple of trainers, and some grass. I browsed around for a while in here, and all I caught was Nidoran. All there is Nidorans.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you catch anything in here, Route 36?
No. In fact, I was kind of disappointed the whole game. I was thinking there'd be more variety, but across the board, I really couldn't find much.
It's always like this until like the midway point where it's just like, it's the most basic, boring Pokemon, like tons of Pidgeys, tons of Rattatas.
And it feels like this is the game that's like trying to make normal types cool.
There are a lot.
And so there's just like a ton of normal types.
Yeah. But I did catch a Nidoran female.
Oh, yeah.
To complement my Nidoran male, so now maybe I'll make them kiss.
Oh, definitely.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
You owe them that.
Wait, are you saying Nidoran?
I said Nidoran. What do you say?
Nidoran.
I say Nidoran. But I know it's Nido Queen and King.
I thought it was Nido Queen.
We're sort of famous for mispronouncing every Pokemon
We don't
name.
do it. We don't do it well.
Oh, I have both Nidoran male and Nidoran female. Yeah.
You can make them kiss?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in a box alone together.
Great.
Who'd you catch, Josh?
I also caught a Nidoran female.
And I see you named it after my mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Because your mom is a queen.
Yes.
And eventually,
That's great.
as I expressed, I don't know when it's going to happen, but as we all know, I have a proclivity because of the trading card game on Game Boy for the Nido Queen. And Dawn Putney is a queen.
Yeah.
So Nido Queen eventually for this Nidoran female.
Mine's called Mrs. Porky's.
And is that a charity, really?
Yeah, well, Nidoran
Tanner's
was called...
naming his Pokemon after charities.
So that when they die, I have to donate to the charity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? That's kind of cool.
It's motivating me to not let my Pokemon die.
Oh, I see. Your point is to not donate to charities. That's why you're naming them after. Oh, okay.
When you put it that way,
okay.
That is interesting.
Yeah, that's a very interesting turn there. Okay.
So I caught the Nidoran, and his name was Mr. Porky's.
Okay.
Porky's being a charity.
It sounds like a strip club. Okay. Oh,
there's a series of mountains in one of the Carolinas called the Porcupine Mountains, and they're colloquially known as the Porkies. And you can donate to their preservation.
Is that because you prescribe Nidorans or as effectively being like porcupines?
Yeah. That's what they are, right? I feel like I'm blowing a lot of minds with my assumptions about Pokemon. Like someone was confused that Slowpoke is a little hippo, but of course Slowpoke is a little hippo.
No, I agreed with that one.
About? What?
And if you look at Bulbapedia, they also cite either a salamander, R.I.P. Booger, or a hippopotamus. And I think hippopotamus is what I've always presumed Slowpoke is.
And the Nidorans are definitely porcupines.
Well, Ryan, what do you think it is? Look at it.
Well, hippopotamuses I don't consider like docile and then eventually become God, which is what Slowpoke is, right? It's kind of like a chill.
True.
It's not a 1-to-1.
Hippos are pretty much angry all the time.
Is a Slowpoke a mammal or is it a lizard?
Whoa.
I think it's a mammal.
I think it's definitely a mammal.
I think it's definitely a mammal. Although, don't all mammals have hair? I don't see a
I don't think
follicle on this
I don't
thing.
think that's true.
I think that's absolutely true.
You might be right.
That every mammal has hair?
No, mammals have.
What about whales and shit? Aren't they
I think they
mammals?
have hairs.
Yeah, mammals have hair and they have mammary glands. That's the main thing.
That's where the name comes
I
from.
thought it was just they give live birth.
Wow, this is so now the podcast is just three men in their 30s doing bad science.
I mean,
Looking up mammal on Wikipedia. We need to get a zoologist on here, probably.
Hair is uniquely mammalian.
yeah, there you go.
So all mammals have hair.
Okay.
Oh, I also caught a hoot hoot.
Hoot.
Oh yeah, wait. Should I tell you? So my Pokedex. Hold on.
Don't tell us your team yet.
I'm not gonna tell you my team.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you my Pokedex.
Okay.
So I've seen 66 so far, and I've caught 26
Okay.
types.
That doesn't seem great, but
I'm proud of it.
I'm not Professor Oak, so you don't have to impress me.
I thought there'd be more.
Well, you just got done saying you speed through the game. Maybe if you lingered a little bit.
No, I speed through the game to catch
Let
stuff.
it linger.
Yeah.
Like I'm out in the grass. That's where I am. But I there wasn't a lot of interesting stuff so far. Like I was looking for I saw almost everything on this list that says you can find it, except I didn't come across a Vulpix or a Spinnerick.
No, you should. I feel like it's Growlithes for us.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I saw a Growlithe right after I caught that Nidoran, and I was furious because I would love a fire type, and Growlithe is also Joshy's sweetie.
Oh, beautiful.
Which it's been before, but we're working with.
So you say Growlithe? I don't want to do this again, but
It's definitely Growlithe.
it's Growlithe, I thought.
I think it's Growlithe for sure.
If it was Growlithe, there wouldn't be an E on the end.
I thought it was just like they're having fun, you know?
Growlithe.
All right, I got the Smogon pronunciation guide here.
While he's doing this, Ryan, I will also invite you that if there were any particularly cute Pokemon or particularly gross Pokemon, you are welcome to interject at any moment.
Cute Pokemon or gross Pokemon?
Yeah. My You Make Me Barf Pokemon was actually just in the next route. Do you want to hear about it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you after this break.
Yeah.
Welcome back, bug catchers. Welcome back, Ryan and Josh. Josh, before we left, I cut you off. You were going to tell us how to pronounce Growlithe correctly.
Yeah. So Smogon's pronunciation guide, which I think is some kind of an authority in the space. Anyway, it's the only place I've ever found where they actually list out all the Pokemon with pronunciations, because I've been trying to get better at this. This whole show is a growing and learning experience.
That's right. Life is a journey.
And some people are annoyed when we pronounce names that they think are wrong and we think are right. And apparently, Smogon says it's Growlithe.
Yes.
Doesn't Growlithe sound cooler, though?
Hey, guys, I don't want to say this, but I feel like I have to, which is that there is a Pokemon TV show and a Pokemon movie where many of these names are said out loud by people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've actually watched several of them, and we respectfully disagree.
Okay, well, in that case, you're making a choice, and that's fine. That's a creative choice.
We were expected to watch all of those all the time?
I mean, the Pokemon anime, no thanks.
I have some troubling news, Tanner, as well. It's Nidoran.
I just can't, but it's not Nidoqueen.
And Nidoqueen. No, it's
Was
saying
it like
it's
the 1950s?
Nido? It's Nidoqueen. It's Nidoran and Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen.
Nidoqueen, shut up.
I've always said Nidoqueen.
I'm on
Jesus.
Smogon's About page. I'm not convinced this is a Western, an English.
Hold on.
Well, isn't that good? This is not a Western game, so we should probably go with whatever they say.
Oh, that's actually a good time to bring up. This game feels a lot more Japanese than Generation 1. Like, this game feels like they're in Japan.
Yeah, I wonder how much of that is like the set dressing though, because
Yeah, because they finally had the technology to use tile sets that evoke Japan.
Yeah. Violet City definitely looks like Japan.
Wait, which city?
Violet City and Ecruteak both are very
yes,
Japanese in their influence.
It's like going from Tokyo to Kyoto.
Okay, and that's a humble brag. And do you want to take a drink now?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, because Of course, that what a
me?
reference I'll get. It's like when I traveled from Tokyo to Kyoto.
Do you want me to? Oh, you guys know? Oh, yeah, it's true. I have been there. That's true. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, you're right. I have been there. Yeah.
I mean, I've just been to Tokyo.
Oh, but you haven't been to also Kyoto. That's interesting.
I didn't manage to make it.
You didn't make
Kyoto.
it over? That's tough. One more innovation that I thought of when I was going to the bathroom, which is the ability to hit the run button and then it just stays running.
Wait.
What? Is that true?
Wait, you guys didn't know this?
No, I thought I still had to be holding down B the whole time.
No, dude. I don't know if it's just because I was doing it on the DS I was doing it on, but if you press the run button, you don't have to unpress it and you run everywhere.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's another Devon Corp innovation.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
Chalk them up.
Because when I first got the game, I was like, if I have to walk at this speed this whole game, I'm just not going to do the show. Like, I'm not playing this game.
You just can't.
I'm done.
It is truly like unplayable in any of the versions, the oldest ones now, where you cannot use the running shoes.
Or they give you the running shoes like 20 hours in.
So if you open the thing and you go to the bottom screen and you press on the run shoes button, it will just stay down.
That sounds great, and I'm going to do that from now on.
Ryan, having you on was worthwhile just for that alone.
You're the real Pokemaniac.
Happy to help.
Route 37, pretty brief. Again, this is the place where you can use the watering pail on Sudowoodo.
That's right.
Yeah, it's at the crossroads.
Because Josh and I are playing the Nuzlocke run, we are not allowed to capture Sudowoodo, so I just annihilated
I slaughtered that fucking thing.
I fought him for a good half hour because if you lose it, you don't get him. There's no other way to get him.
Well, why did it take a half an hour?
It's feisty.
Just whittling him down.
Yeah.
What's his thing? He's dark wood?
No, it's
or dark
rock.
Grass?
Dark wood.
It's just rock.
He's just a rock. Yeah.
It is a dark wood, though.
Wait, he's not grass at all?
No, he's rock. It's really confusing.
That's stupid.
No, I mean, I had a couple Pokemon that could just like kill him immediately, but I didn't want to. I wanted to be able to catch him.
Right. The other notable sights and sounds on Route 37 is a couple of big patches of grass, both of which seem to exclusively contain my You Make Me Barf Pokemon of the Week.
God, me too.
Stantler.
Yeah.
Really? You don't like Stantlers?
Stantler is ugly. I think his dumb big bulbous nose is stupid. I think his dumb big bulbous tail is stupid. I think his little eye antlers are stupid.
Wow.
I agree.
And I'm just talking pure aesthetics. Maybe there's something interesting about him as like what is he, pure psychic?
No, it's just normal. That's what I think sucks.
But he has
not psychic at all.
has hypnosis, which is really useful at this level of the game.
Yeah.
And he abused it.
If you take the right route in Route 37, you can get up to like a little apricorn grove,
right,
to pick up some apricorns. And then if you take the left route, you'd have to do a couple of double battles with a couple of
fucking twins, man.
Psychos.
Awful.
The two little girls didn't cause me much trouble. It was the two like adult women who like accost you from either side.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that's who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Wigglytuff Clefable. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, that was powerful.
Very brutal. And one of my Pokemon had a lot of trouble getting through, and I guess I can just talk about it now, right?
Are you triggering a certain segment?
Yeah, it's called Kill Cow.
Wait, should I do like my ugly and cute?
Yeah, you got cute and ugly
here?
You're ready to trigger them?
I'll trigger my cute, which is I love Mary.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love him.
Stand by for sure.
He's perfectly round.
Yeah.
And I love that about him.
The one thing I don't like is when it evolves into its final form.
Ampharos.
It's like a giraffe.
It takes a weird turn.
It goes from like a cute sheep to like an ugly giraffe.
It's the giraffe? I didn't know the sheep becomes the giraffe. I thought they were just two different lines.
No.
Well, there's a couple of giraffes. There's the psychic giraffe with the like little butt.
Giraffe-rig.
But then Ampharos also sort of looks like a giraffe.
Hold on, I gotta pull this up. Okay, so Falafi, I hate the look of that thing. That thing's gross. And I think it's gonna be my gross one. I think Falafi's disgusting to look at, but they don't look anything like Ampharos. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care for Ampharos. I do think both the little sheep are cute.
I think what becomes cool about Ampharos is that it eventually gets a mega evolution.
Oh, that's cool.
And then it becomes electric dragon. And that's right.
Yeah.
Ampharos should just be an electric dragon already. Like that's what it looks like and not just electric. And it doesn't really make sense that it goes from like this cute little sheep into this like fucking anthropomorphic.
You okay? You getting emotional?
Are you crying?
Anthropomorphic lighthouse.
Are you crying? Is Ampharos making you cry? Okay.
It's a good Pokemon. I just think that they messed it up.
Yeah.
It should just be Mega Ampharos, which has the like actual fluff that maintains the like consistency of the line, you know?
You're really worked up about this.
Yeah, you're really pissed, dude.
It's confounded me for most of my life.
So, kill count. I had an untimely death here. It really rocked me in my core. It's a Pokemon that I thought was ride or die. I thought I'd be carrying this one through to the end. It was Owl's Trust, my Noctowl.
Wow.
The battle with the two women with all the wiggly tufts and Clefable.
Yeah. Fairies and shit.
They ganged up on Noctowl in a way that I was not expecting and killed him.
God, I'm sorry.
So he's dead. I immediately went to owlstrust.org, formerly known as the North Wales Bird Society, and donated 10 British sterling pounds to them.
Wow, so that's even more than $10.
Yeah, it's like $15.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The pound's pretty good
I thought
right now.
it was in our
strong.
favor.
No.
Pound is strong right now.
So you're telling me that the Wales, what was it? Wales bird?
That's confusing. It's the Wales
they decided
country.
to hone in on owls specifically?
The Owls Trust was formerly known as the North Wales Bird Trust, but then they've really honed in on owls, yeah.
That's interesting.
And then the next day I got an email.
Oh, you got an email?
Yeah. Subject line Owls Trust. It's from Pamela Broughton.
Okay. Queen.
It's from her personal Gmail.
Wow.
Iconic.
And she said, Tanner, thank you so much for your £10 donation to help support the Owls. She said, we've sent you a roundup of last year's news and a photo for you of Otis, our tiny Indian collared Scops owl. Here, I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see this little
Present
cutie.
that.
I have a question, Tanner.
Yeah.
Do you feel embarrassed that you didn't donate more for the personal email that she sent you?
Well, I almost emailed her back and I was like, oh, I'm doing it for a podcast, so maybe some of our listeners will donate too. But I was like, that's obnoxious.
But maybe some of our listeners will.
Maybe our listeners go
if they
donate
like the look of this owl.
I want to see.
Show us the owl.
Yeah, show owl.
If it's good.
Here's Otis helping out in the kitchen on one of his sabbaticals at home away from the trust.
This is amazing.
Oh,
dude, look at Otis. Oh my God.
He's a
Otis
huge fan of Uncle Ben.
Dude, I would pay £10
He's a brand evangelist.
just to receive this photo.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Look at him.
Oh my
Otis
God.
is an icon.
This is a very
what a cutie.
You can tell this photo was taken in the UK. You know what I mean? You know, like the British vibe that like certain photos have. You're like, this was taken in the UK.
I think predominantly it's the fact that it's an Uncle Ben's brand, but it's tikka masala.
Yeah, I don't think that's made it over the.
Yeah, I don't think we sell that over here.
That sounds pretty good though, actually.
So I saved this owl's life, but I lost an owl. Eye for an eye.
Wow.
Good night, sweet prince. Good night, Owl's Trust, my Noctowl.
I'm sorry you had to lose it once it was a Noctowl, because I was pretty devastated when I lost Guildenstern when it was just a Hoothoot. And
yeah.
Hoot.
You got a problem with that pronunciation too, Ryan?
Yeah, you got a problem with that one?
Guys, is this like a thing that you do? Like, is this like you like agreed on this beforehand to be like, we're not going to pronounce any of these Pokemon names, right? Just like drive me.
Ryan, how's it spelled? H-O-O-T. H-O-O-T.
It's so clearly Hoot Hoot. It's like it could not be
could
any
be just
clearer.
as easily Hoot Hoot as it is Hoot Hoot. If you think about it,
there's just no question in my mind that it's Hoot Hoot. Like I'll go with you on like the maybe it's Growlithe and maybe it's Nidoran or whatever. It's Hoot Hoot. Like it's okay.
God, how'd I know you'd have an issue with it? I caught Stantler on Route 37, boxed it immediately.
Yeah, I got one too. God. And I hated it. I wanted to just kill it, and I was like, I have to just catch it because maybe I need it to sacrifice eventually. As a zombie.
I named mine BDS, which stands for the British Deer Society. I don't know why all the charities are in England, but they're all in England.
There's
charitable people.
Very favorable charity laws in the UK.
Ah, okay.
I feel like they're protecting, relatively basic animals. We got some owls. We got deer.
Yeah, just come over and take some.
Yeah, we give you some.
Yeah.
I'm tickled by the name you put for your Stantler, Josh. And I'm curious how much you knew about this.
Giannis? Is that right?
Giannis.
Giannis?
Yeah.
Okay.
And hit me with the last name.
Giannis Antetokounmpo?
That's not actually that bad. Antetokounmpo.
From the Milwaukee Bucks, and the reason for that is because
why.
Bucks.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know who this guy is at all.
Here's the thing with Giannis Antetokounmpo is he is...
Oh, okay. I did decently.
His family is from Africa, but they emigrated to Greece.
Oh.
So the Greek people, like, Greekified his African name, and he became Giannis Antetokounmpo, which is like half...
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That's a really fun name to say.
Yeah.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Half African, half
It actually
Greek.
does kind of roll off the tongue.
Yeah, that's fun.
He's called the Greek Freak, which feels a little mean to me, but...
That is mean.
Seems a little problematic. But anyway, that's the Stantler.
And
I boxed it.
That's the journey we went on. Now we find ourselves in Ecruteak City, finally, the main attraction of this leg.
Yeah.
One of the first things that happens is you go into the Pokemon Center, and a gentleman approaches you, and he says, "Hello, my name is Bill. I invented the thing."
I thought this was cool. I was like, oh my God, it's Bill.
Did you ask for his autograph?
No. Can you?
I don't think so.
Oh.
He also talks about the woman who developed the Pokemon storage system in Hoenn, whose name I forgot.
Lynette.
Yeah. Because
I love her.
She recognizes his contributions to the Pokemon storage system in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah.
And then now he is finally returning the favor.
Well, I mean, and
recognizing
she
the work she's done.
improves upon his system.
Yeah.
Like, she's the one who allows you to just move Pokemon around freely, and like you don't have to do the whole deposit and then withdraw and all that bullshit.
The other big thing that is in this town is like there's a guy's house where he'll just give you, he's like, "Do you love adventure?" And if you say yes, he gives you the dowsing machine, which is a
item finder, effectively.
Yeah, it's item finder. The other main attraction here in Ecruteak City is the Kimono Dance Theater, which is drastically different from how it was in Gold and Silver.
Yeah.
It's crazy that you go into a strip club and like fight a gangster. Totally forgot.
Yeah,
you don't
about
even
that.
fight him.
Gangsters harassing a woman on the stage, the Kimono Girl.
You just like intimidate him away. Do you actually do battle with him?
I don't think so. I think you.
I don't think so either.
I think you scare him off.
You scare him off.
In Gen
An
2,
11-year-old child is too intimidating for this gangster.
In Gen 2, you come in here and you Pokemon battle.
I thought you fought in Gen 2.
Entertainment. Yeah. The 3 Kimono Girls, you battle them and they all have a different Eevee evolution. In this one, you walk in, there's a gangster harassing a woman and a sex worker, and you chase him off.
We don't know if she's a sex worker. I don't think you need to.
That's fine.
It is fine. We don't know that.
I didn't realize you guys had an issue with that.
I don't.
I'll hedge just for your guys' comfort.
Just saying, we don't. Okay.
I don't think we have enough to work with to assume she's a sex worker. Also.
I mean, I don't know what the Johto region, how they classify that kind of work. I don't know that.
Right. Okay. Well, and I can recognize how uncomfortable you two are. So we'll just say a woman. You chase a gangster off. And you help a woman, and then she's like, "Thank you. That guy was really harassing me.
He's a sexual pervert."
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're sex positive here in Johto, so like, thank you for chasing him off.
I think the more problematic issue in the Kimono Dance Theater is this old man who, if you talk to him before you get rid of the thug on the stage, is that he goes, "Oh, I've been asking this Kimono Girl to give me a hula dance, and she won't do it."
Do you think that she should? Do you think that she has to give a dance to any man? Is that what you're
That's
saying?
your stance on this, Josh?
She should. I think it's bad that he is there and continuing to ask her this question.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
But he does give you HM3 Surf.
And so that's the thing. It's like nothing happens.
Yeah.
You chase the gangster off. You talk to the woman. You leave the stage. This guy comes up to you and is like, "Thank you for like saving the show. I wasn't finished yet. Here's HM03 Surf."
No, I think it's very strange how little, admittedly, obviously I'm like a fast player. I like to go through it. But I feel like in most of these games by Gym 4, you have a very clear idea of what the story is. And like, I could not tell you what this game is about still.
Yeah, the Team Rocket like emergence is so slow in this one.
Is that who the bad guys are going to be? It's Team Rocket again?
Yeah, it's Team
I guess
Rocket.
I'm
But also
spoiling it
like
for you, yeah.
the biggest part of this game is the legendary birds, and like even that, like we're on Gym 4 and we've just now been like sort of introduced to them.
Legendary dogs.
No, the birds, Ho-Ho and
and the
right,
dogs.
right.
It's both.
and Luigi.
Luigi.
But it took till Gym 4 to get introduced to both the legendary birds and the legendary dogs. And even then, they all like run off, so it's like it's going to be another 3 gyms before we encounter them again.
They can sense your energy. They love your energy.
You're saying it, so we should just go to the Burn Tower. That's the last thing before the gym.
Yeah, Burn Tower. Let's go.
You're first faced with a rival fight.
Yep.
It's Bad Josh and or Fjellstan for me.
So, Ryan, my rival is called Bad Josh, as are all my rivals.
Yeah.
Josh's is called Fjellstan in this one, which is a character I previously played
in Gen 2, and I hate myself, so I want to fight myself.
What did you name your rival?
Bad guy.
Bad guy.
Yeah. No, bad guy. He's just like, he's a bad guy.
Okay. On the nose.
It's a bad guy.
You're a Billie Eilish fan?
Yeah, I love her. She's super cool. She's like the Marilyn Manson for Gen Z girls.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. She's like the Trent Reznor of Zoomers. But I think the rival in this game is like not very, like, we don't have any relationship to this person yet. Still.
Yeah. This fight was not, I would say, not incredibly easy for me.
Oh my God.
I managed to get through it all right, but this was the toughest rival battle I think we've had so far.
The Magnemite was a problem, surprisingly.
Yeah, Magnemite's tough.
I was not running my Geodude at the time, Jeff Johns, so I didn't have anything for that. And I basically had to just keep throwing Razor Leafs from my Bayleaf at it. And then, like, if ever, I mean, its moves were also not effective unless it was using Sonic Boom. And throwing them at it and then using Synthesis to just try to live. To get through that. But I did have a new water Pokemon that I will be revealing in Level Check.
Okay.
To deal with Quilava. So that wasn't a big problem, but it was mostly the Magnemite, weirdly, was a big issue for me.
Do you struggle with that at all, Ryan?
No, I had a super easy time. I can't totally reveal why yet, but basically I learned in this battle that something I had caught is very useful for ghost types, and it would carry on to Morty as well. And it was kind of like a revelation where I was like, oh right, I forgot that this particular Pokemon is like an extremely useful thing against Ghost, and so this battle is pretty easy for me.
Well, let's get through the rest of this, because now you've both teased me with tantalizing Pokemon.
Yeah.
Beat the rival, explore a little bit. I caught a coughing. It's called Clean Air, after the Clean Air Task Force.
Sure.
Great.
Josh, who'd you catch?
Coughing also. Peter Larangis.
Yeah, Sweet Pete.
And
he's a ghostwriter for the Babysitters Club books.
Oh, that's right. And that's funny because I was on an episode of the Babysitters Experience where I read one of his books.
That's
right?
not the name of this show.
No, but that was our crossover.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you weren't on that one. It was when Jack and I were hanging out,
Okay.
Of Tanner Show Babysitters Club.
Yeah.
But I named him that because it sounded like laryngitis and coughing is.
Yeah.
And
then you go downstairs and the 3 legendary dogs are there. They take one sniff of you and they bound off, except for Suicune, who hangs back. What did we decide he's actually called? Suicune.
Yeah, it's Suicune.
Suicune takes one sniff of you. Like he sticks around a little bit and like eyes you up and down, and then eventually jets too. And some like researcher from upstairs comes down. And he's like, "Oh, I can't believe I got this close to a Suicune. Like, thank you so much." And it's like, I scared them away. You were like hanging out here with them. You could look down into the pit and see Suicune, like study him.
Right.
Literally, there's no way for it to escape.
Okay.
Not running right past him.
Well, I'm glad I could do that guy a service at least.
Seems like he's pretty bad at his whole
he's being a little dramatic
career, but
that's it for the leg, and then we're on to Gym Leader Morty. But before we take him on, do you guys want to tell me about your teams?
Yeah, I think it's level check time.
Level check. Ryan, why don't you start? Tell us about your guys.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm a very pragmatic player. Keep the ones that are good, and sort of like I'm very I like to stick with my guys that I ended up beating Sword and Shield with like basically the Pokemon I caught at the very beginning of the game. So on my team for this, I have Pidgeotto.
Do you do names?
No, I don't.
You stick with the original names.
Yeah, I stick with the names.
What level was? Give me some levels while you're going.
Yeah. So I have a level 23 Pidgeotto.
Okay.
I have a level 20 Falafi.
Okay.
I have a level 20 Sudowoodo. I have a level 24 Quilava.
Spicy.
I have a level 16 Stantler. And I have a level 17 Raticate. And Raticate is the one that basically is like an incredibly powerful Pokemon against Ghost type.
Oh, dark moves, right?
It has dark moves, and it really isn't affected much by Ghost moves. And Stantler is also very useful because it has Astonish.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Which is a Ghost move. And Ghost moves against Ghost types are very powerful. I don't remember using a ton of potions or anything for this battle. Like, I'm pretty sure I was able to get through it just by going Pidgeotto, Falafi, Quilava in that order, and then picking up the slack with Eradicate at the end. Like, I don't think I even had to use my full team. But
including all the, like, old ladies, the, like, channelers.
Yeah, but I'm one of those types who, like, does all of the warm-ups, then goes back to the Poke Center, and then,
I did, after every single battle, I went back to the Pokemon Center.
Yeah.
Josh, tell me about your team.
All right. Stanner, who is a fan of T Green Ring and Steve Human, so I'm naming them all about Tanner's favorite things.
Okay.
Steve Human was my character last gen, Ryan. He only used human Pokemon.
Like Mr. Mime?
Yes.
Yeah, his final team was Mr. Mime, Jinx, Smoochums, Mime Jr., and Snorlax.
That's disgusting. Wait, Snorlax? What? He's a bear.
Yeah, Uncle Snorlax.
Okay. That's gross. That's really fucked up and gross.
And it was.
Did you ever hear the story about how Game Freak really did not want Mr. Mime included in the Detective Pikachu movie?
No.
And were like extremely worried about it, and like they were like, don't put him in the movie. And they kept asking him, like they kept asking Game Freak, like, what is Mr. Mime made of? Like, what is the texture of him?
Yes.
And like they wouldn't answer, and they were like being really weird about it.
That's my question.
So the movie, they do like dodgeballs. He's made of like recreational gym equipment.
Yeah.
Apparently Game Freak is like very afraid of Mr. Mime.
They had to like tap into some like arcane like arts to like, they were just out of ideas already.
No, Mr. Mime was like in the game when they turned it on. Like they didn't put him in there. Like Mr. Mime was just already there.
That's always the problem I have with any of these Pokemon that have like shoes and shit. Like Tangela that's my problem with Tangela.
Gives them Tangela. Who gives them shoes?
It's Tangela.
It's Angela with T on the front. It's Tangela.
I'm losing my mind.
But anyway, it's got the dumb shoes, and like I don't want to know what the fucking texture of those shoes are, and it's disgusting to think about. And I get what Game Freak's saying there, but Detective Pikachu is
does
beautiful.
Tangela have feet?
Oh, we've been down
beautiful
this road.
film.
Tangela.
Oh, Ryan.
Tangela bare feet. Hold on.
Is it on Foot Wiki?
Wiki feet.
Wiki feet?
Rosenkrantz, Bayleaf, level 21.
Pathetic.
Fred Van Vliet, Flaffy, level 21. Jeff Johns, Geodude, level 22. Tolkien, Alakazam, level 26.
Ooh.
Kid Cudi, Krabby, because he cuts them all up.
I get it. He's like a Kid Cudi. Yeah.
Level 22.
That's pretty good.
I'm so confused about
who
a
I
Krabby.
caught in Cherry Grove, by the way, on an old rod.
Oh, a Krabby?
I swapped out the Slowpoke just because, like, I want to make it a little jaunty. I've never run a Krabby. What the hell?
Sure.
And if it dies, what do I give a damn? I don't care.
That's true.
Right. Krabby is one of the worst Pokemon of all time.
I'll put it in a cake and eat it for lunch. I don't give a damn.
That's your friend.
And then here's the big reveal. So I actually have added a team member based on the Champions clause where I imported an egg from Platinum. And some might say that I made a mistake in doing this, but what I did was I chose 4 Pokemon and I showed them to Bobby, my husband, and I said, you tell me which one should be the one that I import.
Okay.
And I showed him the final evolutions and he was like, no, like we got to see like the sweetie version. So then I had to downgrade all the way to the low evolution.
Yeah.
And the originals that I presented were Weavile,
Gross.
Houndoom,
Cute.
Garchomp,
Cute.
and Abomasnow.
Abomasnow is not.
Abomasnow.
I just think that the ice grass combo is really fucking cool, and I couldn't run it in the last game when we were in Platinum because it's too ugly for Brie Van Deur's exquisite tastes.
Yeah.
So
It's very ugly.
I don't even think Snover is that cute.
Shit, no. It was 5 Pokemon, actually, and it was Lucario was the other option.
God, talk about fur affinity check.
Right. So then you look at...
Practically the mascot.
Bobby requested the lowest evolution. And so then you're looking at Riolu.
Yeah.
And you're looking at Houndour. You're looking at Sneasel. You're looking at Gibble.
Gibble.
Yeah.
And you're looking at Snover. And he eliminated all of them based on like how obviously cute it was.
Oh, yeah.
So Riolu was out, Houndour was out, and Sneasel was out. And then it was like Gibble or whatever versus Snover. And then he evaluated again the final evolution. He was like, Garchomp, too ugly and fucked up. And so Snover won. So my final...
What a method.
My champion...
That was so involved.
My
That's
champion
incredible.
is Snover, Wickrackrum, which is named after a character in one of Tanner's favorite books.
Yeah.
Fiction
Fire Upon the
books,
Deep.
Fire Upon the Deep. And I assumed it was like a big monster because it sounds like a Jabberwocky.
No, he's not a big monster.
Okay.
He's 3 sentient dogs. Space wolves.
So not really Snover at all.
It's this society of dogs forms little groups that become one person. So this is 3 dogs named Rick, Rack, and Rum, and they form a little group that becomes one person, and then they pilot a spaceship together.
Sure.
Werner Vinge invented the concept of the singularity.
Oh, okay.
They're fun. Read them.
Sure.
Fire Upon the Deep.
So I've ended up with Snover and Obama Snow, if it makes it that far, as my champion. Couple of problems. Snow Warning, its special ability that I didn't really think about.
That's a problem.
Which summons Hail immediately whenever the Pokemon comes out. And so when you bring out Snover in order to get it some experience and then swap it, Hail rains down upon the rest of your Pokemon.
That sucks.
So it's not really a great combo for a Nuzlocke. And
Wait, that's its ability?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Oh, right, because it makes it snow in the field.
Jesus.
That sucks.
Yeah,
ass.
I was trying to drive Bobby toward the Garchomp solution, and it backfired. So
Yeah.
here's what I got anyway. Tanner, what do you got?
Asp, Arbok, level 32, named after the snake protection thing.
Yep.
Everglade Fund for Alligator, level 30.
Wow. It's such a nightmare.
Hope for Fertility, Execute, level 25.
Okay.
This is a new one.
That's very clever.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
HopeForFertility.org. The Hope for Fertility Foundation offers grants to couples all across the United States who are struggling with infertility. So that's where Execute comes in.
Good.
Now my champion, who I had to bring into the game in a very roundabout fashion, is Rotom.
Thankful that you've also got kind of a freak show as your champion.
Here's my thinking behind Rotom. Eventually, in this game at the Team Rocket hideout, there's a room where I can transform Rotom into all his other shapes.
Oh, yeah, this is where they introduce
So
it.
there's some versatility here. He can be, right now he's Ghost Electric, but he can be Fire Ghost eventually. He can be Water Ghost in washing machine form. He can be Grass Ghost, I think, in lawnmower form. So it gives me some options to deal with some of the late game stuff.
I did not know Rotom was this early in the franchise.
Yeah, we encountered him in the last gen. So here's what I had to do. Is there's a haunted house in the last gen. You go there, you can meet Rotom, you can catch him, which I did.
Old Chateau.
And then the premise here was that we were supposed to breed in the last game and send the egg to ourselves.
Right.
But I could not get that to work. So what I did was...
Yeah, can you do a Rotom egg? Can you even do that?
Unless you have a Ditto, which I do.
I see.
So I sent Slumu, my Ditto, back to Platinum and bred them there.
Jesus.
And that didn't work because I couldn't send the egg. So then I had to send my Ditto and Rotom forward to this gen, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and breed them in this game to finally give me an egg. So 1 Million Lights, Rotom, 1millionlights.org.ph, 1 Million Lights Philippines improves the quality of life of Filipinos through solar lighting.
Wow.
Also very clever.
And then, of course,
Great.
I've got my 3 Rivers, my Scyther, level 28, and Clean Air, a newcomer to the team, Coughing, level 24.
Wow.
CATF.us, our task is to reduce climate change by applying an overwhelming amount of force to some of the biggest levers to reduce carbon and other climate warming emissions.
And are you putting coughing in because that's fascinating as well? And neither of us has ever run that?
Yeah. I think I'm interested.
I like that.
Yeah.
Respete.
So then we're here. We're at the gym. Gym Leader Morty has 4 Pokemon, all ghosts.
A Ghastly.
Yep.
2 Hunters.
Yep.
And a Gengar.
My Arbok has Crunch and one-hitted every single one of them.
What level was your Arbok going into this? Like, that was my main question.
I think 30. Yeah. I one-hitted everyone in this gym, and he went from either 29 or 30 to 32.
Yeah, I had a similarly very easy run with Eradicate because it can just destroy ghosts. It doesn't really do
that sounds
anything
right.
to them, so.
Hamsters are known for destroying ghosts in real life.
That's right. Yeah, in real life, that lines up quite well. The main issue I had actually with this gym was hypnosis.
Right.
Yeah.
They all have it.
And
everybody.
In this game, yeah, and in this game, like hypnosis lands a lot more often.
Wait till
than
you
it does
battle
in later
Josh.
games.
It'll never land on Josh, but somehow his always will.
I don't have any Mayor Sleeps left.
I love hypnosis. It's my favorite. I love status effects. I adore them. I love poisons. I love hypnosis. I love
me too.
paralyzation.
It's just really aggravating trying to do a battle with another person and they're constantly putting you to sleep. But it's valid.
That's my plan tonight.
That's a valid move.
Yeah. I was trying to raise Snover a little bit more in this gym, and once I went through a couple of the old ladies up front, and all their Ghastlies and Hunters were using Curse.
Oh, yeah.
The Snover would come out, and then I'd swap it. I'd bring in Alakazam, because obviously I traded the Kadabra when I was doing the Snover trade, so that I could also get an Alakazam out of this situation.
Yeah.
So the Alakazam would come out, and then they would use Curse, and then immediately Alakazam's hit points would be fucking drained, like a third. So I was like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and just fucking crush this entire gym with Alakazam because, like, I'm going to end up with multiple dead Pokemon otherwise.
Right. No reason not to.
And so that's why you see Alakazam is clearly my champion now, and it was a one-hit KO for everyone.
Everyone in the gym, I imagine. Yeah.
The AI in this game does not know how to use the move Curse. There's not a single time where I was hit with Curse where I then didn't immediately kill the Pokemon. Because it cut its HP in half.
But then if you keep your Pokemon in, it'll still take a huge hit.
No, I just swap it out. Like Morty, all of the people in Morty's gym would do Curse on me. I'd be like, cool, I'm going to kill you now. And just
they'd be like, here's a mean look. And then I'm going to curse you.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, okay, well, then I'll just kill you.
It's like, oh, great job.
That's the leg this week, but now we still have to get to the main event, which is a battle.
Yeah.
A 3-way battle. So
seems a little one-sided, but yes.
As always, bug catchers, Josh and I are going to battle to see who the champion of Experience Share Pokemon Podcast is. And then the winner will go on to battle Ryan Broderick. And of course, the winner of that battle will have to hand over the rights to their podcasts, newsletters, Discord servers.
That's what we agreed to, yeah.
Over to the victor. So
whoever wins, we get their independent media product.
Yeah, so Ryan, you'd appreciate this. I think currently Experience Share is owned by Vox via Alana Oken. Because she defeated us
a
few episodes ago. So
okay,
you're gonna have to wrestle it out of Vox's hands.
If I win, do I own Vox?
I think in a round, I think you'd have to take it to court, but I think you would win pretty easily.
Yeah.
I think I own. Yeah,
I think you also might own the Atlantic. From when David Sims also beat us.
Yeah, but I beat him, so we got it back.
Okay.
So we've definitely got a stake in the Atlantic. That's interesting. I should follow up on that.
That is interesting.
We're gobbling up a lot of media empires here.
It's complex.
Yeah.
We'll see you in a moment, bug catchers. We're not going to subject you to us grunting along to Pokemon Showdown, so we will be back after the first battle to reveal who the victor was and fill you in on some of the juicy details of the battle. We'll see you in a moment.
Round 1, fight.
Wow.
I didn't love it. Didn't even make it 20. Didn't even make it 20 turns. I'm looking at it now, 19 turns.
You took out one of my Pokemon.
Yeah.
Coughing.
Yeah, I took out Coughing. I mean,
Alakazam.
How many of your Pokemon had 10 levels on mine? Is it 2?
Most of them.
Or is it 3?
Most of them.
Yeah.
A majority.
It was pretty dark. I think the whole thing was pretty dark. I opened with Flaffy and you opened with Execute and you put me to sleep immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Mayor Sleep.
I've chosen to take the high road and I've gotten rid of my Mayor Sleeps.
It's very noble.
But Tanner has not.
Very noble.
Despite having an extreme level advantage.
Yeah. That was brutal to watch.
It was really ugly.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have anything good to say. Pretty much all my Pokemon got slaughtered. I managed at one point to get a Psybeam from my Alakazam off on your coughing. Because you thought somehow coughing would outpace it.
Oh, I was going to use self-destruct.
Okay. But Alakazam died anyway because something surprising. You brought out...
I brought out Scyther.
Yeah, and you had U-turn. You did the Bugsy move, and U-turned me, and then the real surprising thing for me, and then Ryan, I'd love your commentary, was that Feraligatr learns Ice Fang now, which is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
And so you just dropped an Ice Fang on my Bayleaf, and that's lights out.
Hell of a move. Feels good. I always lose to you, but all it takes is out-leveling your Pokemon by dozens of levels.
Yeah.
And I'm back in the fight.
Ryan, thoughts? The spectator?
Yeah.
Are you feeling good, Ryan?
No, I'm going to lose really badly. I feel silly because I thought to myself, like, I've got some extra days. This game is pretty fun. What if I just, like, grinded really hard and made all of my guys, like, comically strong? And I was like, that would be kind of mean and not a fun thing to do to somebody. And that seems to be what you have done instead. And so
yeah, I had the same thought, except I took the road less traveled.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, well, it's Monday night. We don't record till Thursday. I have some time. I could like just make my guys jacked, and I didn't do it. And now I feel really silly that I didn't.
Well, let's get into battling, Ryan.
Okay.
Good luck, man.
All right. See you on the other side. That sucked. That really sucked.
It's the Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Tanner Dome.
Similar result to the battle with Josh. I lost one Pokemon, coughing. I did lose it to a self-destruct, but...
Yeah, you were really trying to pop off that self-destruct because you can
you really wanted that.
Battle with humans.
Unlike noble Lord Josh here, you were willing to do sleep moves on me, and you managed to...
Yeah.
Who was it, Stantler?
I put 2 of your guys to sleep.
Stantler put 2 of my guys to sleep in a very aggravating way.
Yeah, Stantler is a really gross looking deer that is very useful because he's got ghost moves, he can learn physical moves, he can put people to sleep. He's very powerful.
Yeah.
But I just had you on levels, so...
Yeah, there was no way that would have ever...
coming back from that.
Yeah. My strongest guy was a fire type and your strongest guy is a water type. Like, it wasn't going to happen.
Right.
So I'm excited to see what you do with my newsletter.
I will be taking the keys to
Yep.
everything now.
Yep.
I'm excited to...
Content Mines is part of...
Talk to Luke again. It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys do with the show.
Yeah. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for battling us. It's been a pleasure. I rarely win, so I'm feeling pretty high right now.
Yeah, Tanner is, as I think I predicted... couple of episodes ago, or maybe last episode, Tanner Ascendant, here he is.
Yeah.
You can check out the battle replays on our Twitter and the Reddit. We will put them there at expsharepod and reddit.com/r/bugcatchers if you want to watch them. But don't. It's honestly grotesque.
Yeah.
It's not even fun.
I don't want anyone to see what that was. I don't want to watch that ever. I don't want anyone to see that.
No, and in fact,
we won't even
I don't even think I'm going to post them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to see Tanner just like running roughshod over innocent civilians.
And guess we invited onto our show.
We're supposed to honor the guests. Ryan is one of our friends. We've known him for
I just hope that whoever comes after me just really shuts you out and just really embarrasses you on your own show.
Go back and listen to every other battle because that happens.
We've got like
every single
we
time.
basically have like a humiliation fetish.
Oh, yeah, that's what this is. Yeah, okay.
We're pay pigs. Ryan, thank you for coming on the show. Is there anything you want to plug or direct our listeners, the bug catchers, towards?
Yeah, if you like weird internet stuff and the fur affinity segments of this show, you'll probably like what I'm doing on the internet. So check out garbageday.email. It's a newsletter, and twitter.com/thecontentminds. It's a podcast, and there's like a Discord that connects them all together, and it's like you guys in the Babysitters Club. It's like a cinematic universe of online content, you know?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Connecting a lot of things that make no sense together, but
exactly,
it works.
Exactly.
You know?
It works because I want it to. And on the internet, that's good enough for me.
Well, thank you for coming on. We were both huge fans of your newsletter, your podcast, and I'm looking forward. I did get a sneaky invite from your colleague Delia into
Side channel.
I saw you pop up, and I wondered if that's how you got that. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I'll be in the Discord soon.
Mine is.
You're gonna see me there as well.
Mine is not connected to Side Channel, so you've got to come to me if you want into the Garbage Day one.
Oh, no, I'm just gonna stick to Side Channel.
Well, I mean, you'll start seeing all the muscular Garfield emotes, and you'll wonder, how do I get those? And that's a
okay. I'm in.
Garbage Day is my style. You'll see me subscribed in there. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
You guys got to come on in. Yeah, I think it's a good time.
Please do rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts. It really does help, so please do it. And also follow us on social media at EXPSharePod on Twitter and Instagram, where we share often late because we're lazy, our level checks each week.
We got
and
stuff going on.
Our new kill count graphic, which has all of the Pokemon who have passed.
Rest in petals.
Rest in petals.
And check out the subreddit, which I just mentioned, but it's reddit.com/r/bugcatchers, and our moderator, Michael Levine, aka Nocturnal, gives out trainers of the weeks, and I drop show notes in there and occasionally pop off.
Yep, this has been Experience Share Pokemon Podcast. As always, my name is Sui Cooner, and I am joined every week by Fiente, and this week by Ryan Koo. Ryan, Joshua, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Smell you later.
I did not know you guys are bug catchers. You guys pop up in all of the other like really dark parts of Pokemon Reddit a lot.